Hi, Jen Gilchrist here with another weekly Oracle card reading for the week of July 1st through 7th. And I'm working with the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. It's a really great, it's a really beautiful deck. Really lots of colorful pictures. Let's see what's coming up. The first, I see like there's three cards here. So let's look at the first card. The Fox Spirit. Think on your feet. You know what I'm seeing is just such a discerning eye, right? Like there's this level of like, I feel like there's this almost, but from an intuitive sense. At first, I want to say, like, I would say that I feel like there's been this battle. So just notice if there's been a battle in your mental body. So this isn't about thinking, like, notice, like, weed between the mental chatter, if you will, right? So this is kind of like discern the focus and think on your feet. So this is like cutting through the illusion, tuning into and paying attention to the detail and focusing on what it is that you are being called to do. It's almost like I feel like getting clarity about your next steps or decisions to make. But what I feel like I don't want to say warning, but kind of, right? But that doesn't just say get stuck in your head, right? Notice the difference of being stuck in your head, looping around, trying to figure it out, analyzing and agonizing to death versus just being very discerning, cutting straight through, having clarity, think on your feet, and make a decision, make an action. It could be adaptability for some of you, right? I feel like this idea, this sense of like, maybe you have to think quick on your feet. Maybe something came up out of the blue that you weren't expecting. And it's just saying, tune into your intuition, take action and trust, like discern, weed through the illusion of potential, or what I would say is even your own mental chatter, if it's your own fear, or other people's, tug of war about it. But I feel like there could be like, uh, a mental looping happening if you're not careful. Does that make sense? So it's like discerning through, what you know to do. It says, Eagle Spirit says, Spirit has your back. So I love this, right? So this is kind of like, okay, you're being called to take an action forward, move forward. It might be calculated. It might be something you've been planning. It might happen to be a quick decision. I think that's individual, but the eagle has your back, right? Spirit has your back. So this is really about trusting the process. So for some of you, this is probably why I was feeling this idea of like getting into your head, talking yourself out, trying to weigh the pros and cons, like this kind of like more analytical way of making decision. This is very much like, do you see how clear and focused that is? Discerned on the truth, but that is still taking action that likely would challenge your fear, right? So I feel like this is a validation that you don't have anything to fear. The spirit's got your back, right? Move forward. Right. So that looks really, really good. And I don't know, I'm feeling called to say the number. So 23 was on the Eagle Spirit, which moves to a 5. Big changes. Like, that kind of reminds me of big changes, a rumbling, changes coming about, transformation. And the Fox Spirit is 27 moving to a 9, which for me, I just read intuitively. I know there's numerology and angels numbers, there's all kinds of numbers. But for me, it's like this is about taking action on your purpose. The 9s often for me is like, okay, it's time to move forward and take action on your purpose, and big changes are rumbling. So, but trust the process, right? You are held. I love that. And Antelope Spirit says life is speeding up. Okay, so this is probably also why it's kind of like anchor down, ground into it, because now it's like opportunity, action time, taking forward motion on all the probably culmination of ideas and things that have been coming to you for a long time. It's not time to sit on it. It's time to move forward on it with faith, with trust, because you see how that energy is moving forward. And I feel like that in general, right? The time and the energy is moving forward, whether we take action or not. But that's when it starts to feel like life is passing us by, right? Just because we have come in with a purpose or a mission, or we have a vision for our future, it's not guaranteed. This is all about free will of choice here on earth, right? We have free will of choice to take action or not. And so seize the moment, heed the call, move forward, skip forward, but with confidence that you are supported. Okay. And with this adaptable, conscious connection in terms of your intuitive guidance. And the number is 2 on the antelope if you like that. So I love this. This feels like, yeah, it's like, and what's cool is it feels almost like there's room to move forward, where for a while there, it was a bit lots of energy getting kicked up, right? It's been an intense beginning of the year, but that has created such an expansive space to really move forward from. So you definitely want to heed that call. And as I'm looking at that, we do have a new moon coming up, depending on where you are in the world, on the 5th, on Friday. So yeah, this is a great time to really start to take action on those things. Sometimes right before and during a moon cycle, you might have a little feeling of low energy, but it's also a very intuitive time. So it feels like be that discerning eye like the fox, figure out your steps and just take the leaps of faith forward, even if that literally might mean could be in the next, could be now, today, right? But it could also be over the coming week. I feel like just knowing how sometimes that new moon energy is there. So, yay, enjoy it. And I look forward to hearing in the comments what's going on for you. What are you creating? Are you excited? Did this resonate? I also want you to check out my channeled messages. I'll put a link up here for some really powerful live channeled messages that I have been sharing in a different playlist on my YouTube. So check it out, like and subscribe, share this with your friends, and I'll see you again soon.